I've been renovating this property for over a year. Yes, it has been a nightmare. I owned it for a few years. Now, in October, I got this random phone call from some company, and they said, "Hey, can I speak to Nazar El Arabi?" Saying my name. You know, my name is pronounced Nasser El Arabi, but some people just can't get it. And I say, yes, this is Nasser. And he says, man, I've been trying to contact you for over a year. I'm glad I finally got you. Listen, we are a company representing the county, and we are going to replace a sewer line around there to help out with the drainage. So, you know, in your side yard. So to paint this picture, guys, I have a house with a big side yard next to it, right? That apparently the city owns. And, and my house is next to it and inside a residential neighborhood with city water, city sewer. So what they want to do is, he was telling me, put in the drain so that that side yard won't flood, because when it rains, it gets really damp, like you're stepping in mud water, all right, when it rains. So being that gentrification is happening in that particular area, they want to put a sewer drain in there to help out with that overflow of water. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's explaining all this to me. I said, okay. He was like, dude, I've been stopping by the property for a year trying to catch you, and it was always like a Spanish guy there and that didn't speak English, which I was like, yeah, he's not really that good at English, etc. So, you know, he was like, yeah, but I'm glad I got you on the phone. He said, listen, the city hires us because we need about 10 feet of your land. It's probably going to block your driveway too. We need an easement, whereas an easement is giving them the right to access something on your property. But we need just an easement so that we can drop the drainage in the yard, and it's going to affect 10 feet of your property. So the city is prepared to make you an offer. And as of today, the city wants to offer you $26,000. And I'm like, okay. Well, I said, listen, let me put my realtor on the line. All right. So got my realtor on the line. He explained it because the house is currently on the market, and what we wanted to do was we wanted to make sure that we were transparent with the next buyer so they know what's going on. So I'm like, well, listen, I need to be compensated because I'm going to have to reimburse that buyer some money for the inconvenience, etc. So I need y'all to take care of me. So they offered 26,000. I came back with 46, right? Like 46,000, right? And they said, all right, put it on paper and justify it. So I justify it with the concessions I have to give to the buyer, and you know how this is going to inconvenience their quality of life, etc. They won't be able to access their driveway, right? So, you know, that's how I justified it. About 2-3 more weeks came by. He was like, yo, the city came back. They said they'll do 32,000. Not enough. I'm all right. So he said, what do you want to counter with? I said, I'll counter with $40,000, right? So we are now like in the end of October, right? End of October. I was like, I'm gonna wait them out, right? I'm gonna wait them out, man. You know what I mean? Cause I'm good. I'm gonna wait them out, you know? And somebody, a friend of mine, she said, hey, you might want to take that, because if you sell that house and they approach a new buyer with $26,000, new buyer gonna be like, absolutely, because I just spent X amount. You gonna give me 26? Yes, I need this. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. But you know, I had a little bit of ego in there, and you know, it was going back and forth. So in December now, right, I follow up with dude because I didn't want to look desperate, and I'm sure they didn't want to look pressed. In December, from October and December, when they got back to me, they said basically it was like, listen, this is what they came back with. They came back with 36,000 And if you don't accept this offer, they walking away upset. Now, I'm like, what does that mean? They walk away upset. They gonna want to fight? Like they gonna steal my joint? Like what they gonna do? Right? Like so I'm like, all right, let's do it. So I decided to do it, right? Like, all right, 36,000. We was at 26. We at 36. Let me not be too greedy. Let me just get the ball rolling, because at any given time, this property can, go under contract, and let me just do this, right? So he sent me over the paperwork. We did the paperwork, and it's a process. It's not something quick. It's a process because they got to review everything. One side got to review it, and the county has to review it with their attorneys and everything else. And then finally, the last, after they record it, they cut out the checks, right? And, I went through this process. I always heard other people talk about like, the city wanted their land or a piece of their land. They offered them this, man. And so this is why I promote home ownership. So I can, if I wanted to keep this house, I could, but I'm selling it. But I get a check for $36,000, and I'm gonna sell it for, I can sell it and make money that way as well. So I get two different checks, and all I'm doing is giving them an easement. I'm not selling them the piece. They just get an easement with access saying that they can go dig this amount in my yard to drop their pipelines, and so that the lot can properly drain, right? So this is the power of real estate, guys. This is why you gotta own and buy back the block, man. Listen, guys, I'm Nasser, AKA the real estate guru. I'm not a guru, I'm a doer, because I actually do this business. Hey, check out this video when the FBI came to my house, bro. Yo, some wild stuff happens in real estate.